Hey, what's up out there? This is Apocalypse of the Apocalypse Show. No real intro for this sort of show. I read a book the other day called How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'm sure you've heard about this. This has made lots of lists all over the place for a must-read sort of book. Now, it's considered a self-help book, and this was written by Dale Carnegie in 1936, and they did later revise it in the 80s. Because it has a lot of examples from the 30s that a lot of people these days wouldn't recognize, but it still has the points that still ring true today. And when I read it, it was a pretty short book, but I read it and it just clicked so well. And I recommend, if you haven't, grab this book yourself and it'll make a lot of sense. And it has sold 15 million copies worldwide. Wonderful figure. So let me just go ahead and just give you a few of the cliff notes of the book. You know, I have to share. It was such a good book. So the 12 things that this book will do for you. First, it'll get you out of a mental rut, give you new thoughts, new visions, and new ambitions. It'll enable you to make friends quickly and easily. Increases your popularity. Help you to win people to your specific way of thinking. Increases your influence, your prestige, your ability to actually get things done. Enable you to win new clients, new customers, increase your earning power, make you a better salesman, a better executive, help you to handle complaints, avoid arguments, keep your human contact smooth and pleasant, make you a better speaker, a more entertaining conversationalist, make the principles of psychology easy for you to apply to your everyday needs. Help you to arouse enthusiasm among all your associates. And so this book has, about 6 major sections. So, fundamental techniques in handling people. Thing is, don't criticize people, don't condemn them, and don't complain. Instead, ask questions. Don't be pushy. Secondly, give honest and sincere appreciation. No bull crap fawning. Because you know what? Deep in the back of their minds, when you give fake stuff like that, they know. Deep down they know. And they won't respect you because of it. Arouse in the other person an eager want. That's very important. Because if they want to do something and they're eager to do it, they'll do it. You just have to put them in the correct mood. Now, 6 ways to make people like you. Basically, you become genuinely interested in other people and what they say. Another thing is to smile. That's right, smile. Even on the phone, because you know what? When you're on the phone, people can hear if you're smiling or not. And remember that a person's name is. Remember their name. Because if you remember their name, that's their heritage, and that's who they are. And that's the sweetest and most important sound in any language, because that's their identity. Be a good listener and encourage others to talk about themselves. That's right, a good conversationalist will let the other person talk a lot, because you can just gather little bits of data here and there, and you can examine it. So always try to make the other person be the talker. It's always important that way. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. So if someone's talking about something, guess what? And you have no interest in that, let them talk about it, and then you will learn about it. And then they can teach you. Make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. So in order to do that, you just have to be honest. And a lot of people aren't honest, and they'll just, bullcrap everybody. So now the 12 ways to win people to your way of thinking. The only way to get the best of an argument is to not actually have an argument at all. Show respect for the other person's opinions. Never say you're wrong. That always builds resentment. If you're wrong, admit it quickly. That's right. When you admit you're wrong, that puts the other person in a position to lower their defenses. So it just becomes easier to converse because they see that, hey, you're being honest, then you know what, they probably think, okay, well, I'll be honest too. Always begin in a friendly way. Even if you have the worst of days, you're depressed, always begin in a friendly way. Start with questions to which the other person will answer yes, so you can sort of guide them. Let the other person do a great deal of the talking. Let the other person feel the idea is his or hers, which is important because if people think they have a say in an idea, they're more likely to do it if it's just, hey, it's your idea, it has all these guidelines and rules. Try honestly to see things from another person's point of view. Now understand that every person has their point of view because of their environment and past experiences. That's why they have that view. Understand that fundamentally. Be sympathetic with other person's ideas and desires. We all have our own. So just understand what the other person's is. Appeal to the nobler of motives. And that makes sense. Take the high road. Dramatize your ideas. Only do this when all else fails, as a last resort. Throw down a challenge. Also, another way to draw them in, so they can take part in any sort of discussion but don't be rude about it. Be a leader. How to change people without giving offense or arousing resentment. And that's why you can't criticize. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. Call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. So if someone messes up, just say, hey, don't call upon that specific incident. Just say, maybe this could be done quicker at some other time, or, if they had a lot of typos, just stuff like that. Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. That's right. Talk about yours. So they lower their defenses, and there's no sort of hidden resentment that builds up. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Very important. Ask those questions. Don't give direct orders. People don't like to be pushed around. Let the other person save face. Let them have some dignity if there's some sort of argument about to brew or if they're totally wrong. Praise every improvement. If you praise every improvement, then they will keep improving. They'll be more productive. Give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. Perfect. Use encouragement. Make the fault seem easy to correct. Every single thing can be corrected. Every mistake. But you have to encourage them. You can't yell at them because then that will build resentment. Make the other person happy about doing what you suggest. Yeah, if you take the noble path, they will just assume, hey, you're right. But they won't feel like coerced to do something. They'll just know, hey, this person is friendly, they smile, and they've been right about everything, and they've always encouraged me to improve, so they'll take suggestions better. 7 rules for making your home life happier. Very important for all you married and coupled peoples out there. Don't nag. Very important. You do not nag. No one likes to hear you nag. That brings resentment. That brings obnoxiousness to the table that really doesn't help anybody. Don't try to make your partner over. Don't criticize. Again, don't criticize. Just talk about things that they're really good at. So if let's say they came into the house, or you came home from work, and their dishes weren't done, and they usually do the dishes, but the bathroom was done. So make note, honey, I'm glad that the bathroom was done so well. And then they'll get it. In their mind, this guy appreciates me cleaning the bathroom. But you didn't make any notice of the dishes, so it'll slip in over time. When you appreciate the finer things they've done for you, they'll get it. Give honest appreciation. Very important. Don't give any fake. They'll notice. Okay? Pay little attentions. So yeah, if they do something nice here and there, say it. Say thanks here and there. All the nice little things adds up, because if they feel appreciated, they'll keep doing it. Always be courteous. Hey, it works. Read a good book on the sexual side of marriage. Not necessarily necessary, I don't think. You should be able to read your partner, and that's how you'll figure out how it's done. So anyways, this is a great book. If you haven't, it's available in all sort of formats, Amazon, audiobook. I just highly recommend this book for all you out there. It's a pretty good book. Anyways, this was just sort of a Cliff Notes sort of show. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.